Ooh, I can talk 1 hour about that.
What do you think is interesting for Asian guys about Latin American girls? What does it mean?
I need a lot of help. Help, then help.
Hola, buenas.
Hola, buenas.
Bienvenidos a un nuevo video.
Video.
Tenemos preparado un video especial que vamos a llamar Entrevistando a Kenta. Interviewing Kenta.
Kenta desu.
Kenta des. Test 1, 2, 3. We're testing. We are testing. Does it look good? Too far away. Are you trying to escape from me?
No. Actually, you are the one who's trying to escape from me because you're gonna live here in 2 days.
Hace unos días les pregunté por Instagram si existían preguntas que les gustaría le pudiera hacer a Kenta. Aquí estamos. Vamos a hacer una entrevista con 10 preguntas que ustedes querían hacerle llegar para que las pueda responder y puedan conocerlo un poquito más de lo que lo han visto a través de mis redes sociales. You get everything I said?
No, not at all.
Something you wanna add from the beginning?
I don't know.
I hope this interview goes well because sometimes he's like, okay, what did you think about this? Like, did you like this? Yes, I like it. And I'm like, something else. Like you can give me more feedback. Yeah, so we hope this time Kendita has a lot to say, or this interview is gonna be really short. To start, I have here my list of questions in Spanish, of course, so he cannot cheat. He doesn't know what I'm gonna ask him. But first,
What is first question?
question number 1. Which is your name? How long have you been living in Japan? And what do you do?
Introducing myself. Hello everyone. My name's Wang Yifeng. Can I say my real name?
I think so. Like, that's the point of this interview.
I've been living in Japan for in total 11 years, and this time for almost 9 years. I think this is my 9th year.
Baby, why we call you Kenta if your name is Wang Yifeng?
Because you cannot pronounce my name right. That's why here's the easy name for you. No, I was joking. Because Kenta is actually my Japanese name. I got that from when I was in primary school. I was in Japan for 3 years, and there's one Oba-chan we know, and we visit her house, and she say, "Oh, your name could be Kenta. It's a Japanese name." And since then, I use Kenta as all my nickname, something like that.
Perfecto.
Perfect.
Oh, and you skip. What do you do?
I'm a official office worker in Japan.
He's a salaryman.
Salaryman. Yes, as they say, salaryman.
Okay, now I just noticed that I made 2 questions in one. No, I made one. This is the second one. Question number 2. What age did you arrive to Japan and how was your experience?
There is a long one. Like, how is my experience? The first time when I arrived, I said when I was in primary school. So I think that was 6 years old. And I stayed 3 years till 9. And the second time was after I graduated from high school, which is 17 years old. Yes, I came here and I studied Japanese. I went to a Japanese language school for 1 year and prepared for the college entrance exam.
Maybe I think people, when they say how was your experience, they want to know like emotionally. How was like come by yourself to Japan and spend here your last 8 by yourself?
Okay. It was pretty good.
This is what I mean.
Of course, in general, it was pretty good. Like if I think back from now. But I think at that point, I didn't feel too much. It's just like I went to school in the morning and I come back home in the afternoon. So I just finished my assignment and then I didn't have to work. So at that point, I was pretty chilling. I just have to do exams. But after I went to college, I have to, deal with the social environment, social situation between Japanese students. And from the beginning, it's quite difficult. And I think it's pretty difficult because, Japanese, especially young guys, they talk with their own topics. I think it's in every country. So you have to speak young youth languages, which they don't teach you in language school. And also you have to follow up the trends. At that point, I think there's not too much YouTube back then in Japan. I mean, I think it's the beginning of Like people started watching YouTube when I was first getting into college. So it's mainly about TV, and they are talking about many TV commercial guys or movies and some travel spots, which I don't know. Well, so basically it's not easy. It was not easy, but if I think back from now, it was pretty good. But I think the one big part is I joined the dance club of my college, and I met a lot of people there, and I made a lot of Japanese friends there. So I think that helps a lot for me to get inside the community.
This is not a question from people, but I want you to tell people, do you know how to dance Latin American dance?
Yes, because this person right here taught me.
Which do you know?
Samba.
I didn't teach you samba. I don't know how to dance samba. I teach you salsa.
Oh, salsa, yes. Salsa.
Third question. Which is your favorite food in life?
Pastel de choclo, as I said in my own reel.
He has an Instagram account. Please support him. Go there, like.
Suddenly turns out.
You know you have to like take advantage of situations. Anyways, it's gonna be on the description below, like his channel. 4. You traveled to Chile last year. How was the experience? What do you think about Chile?
It was pretty good. And Chile is very good. I mean, it was my first time travel to Latin America. I didn't know too much, but we have this image that you have the beach and your people there are very friendly, are well open.
Like easy to reach. Like
No. It's like outcoming.
what do you mean?
Well, it's not like Japanese people. They just
Yeah, definitely.
yeah,
I know what you mean.
But I think that's basically it. Like people talk to people on the street, and everybody just enjoying themselves and express themselves by their look. Everyone was pretty cool. I mean, before I thought Japanese people is pretty fashionable. You know, they will dye their hair. They will like make their hairstyle or something like that. But when I went to Chile, I said, oh, Chilean people are more
open to change everything.
like I don't know if it's fashionable, but they definitely do a lot with their appearance. They don't try to look the same everywhere. But anyways, yeah, that's pretty cool. So people are cool, and the food also is very. I love the food and I love the drinks. Yeah, weather's pretty fine. It's dry, so not like Japan.
What do you think about like the way we relate with people? Like because you were there and you like arrived for like holidays. So you spend Christmas with my whole family. You spend like Christmas
yes.
also with my friends. We met my friends like many times. How do you feel about that? It was like too much, or like you're used to it, or you expect something like that?
I don't know. Maybe it's because I stayed in Japan for too long. I think me personally, is a introverted person. So if you ask me what's the best way to spend my weekends, I'll probably say, just go to our bar and a cafe and sit there and just drink for the whole night, whole afternoon. Like.
Don't drink too much alcohol. Don't do that.
It's like, of course, I enjoy partying with people or like talking with people too. But it's like just from time to time. But I guess like Chilean people are enjoying. They are enjoying like talking with people, and I think they don't get tired of it. So for me, it's like I use energy to talk to people.
It's to recharge your battery.
Yes, and I recharge my battery by not talking to people. That's a difference. But no, like it depends. Like some people are easy to talk, someone are not easy to call. For example, if you talk to your boss, or if you talk to your coworkers, it's difficult. But if you talk to your friends, it's so I think your family and your friends are very easy to talk about. So I didn't use too many.
For what I understood, you didn't like to meet my friends and family. Anyways.
Why? I didn't say any of that, and what part?
Because I'm a journalist here. So I listen whatever I want to listen. The other day, we went to Kamakura with Emmy and Chris. And we were like the whole afternoon talking. And we were talking like about horror stories and everything. We were in a cafe, like the 4 of us. And we were speaking English because like Emmy and Chris speak English like 99% of time to like include, of course, him to conversation. And we were like talking about horror stories in English, and Emmy said like in Spanish, like, he's falling asleep. And like the 3 of us like look at him, and he was like Like, why are we?
I mean, it was a rainy day. It was raining outside, and we were in a cozy, warm cafe, and we just had a hot, I don't know, tea or something. Of course, you're gonna fall asleep. Like, people all around you is talking in foreign languages. Like, you don't understand.
You understand English? What are you talking about?
They just speak English from time to time, not all.
We the whole conversation in English. Anyways, next question. Question number 5. What is the thing you liked the most about Chile?
The most about Chile? Here's something that I like about Chile. First, food, of course.
What do you mean food?
Food, pasta chocolate and the chocolate humidas. Yeah, humidas. And I like the environment. Could be. Yeah, it's different from Japan. Oh, maybe the views.
The views, the
Of the landscape, the mountains, and we went to the beach town. The beach town and the art city, the art street. Valparaiso.
Wrong answer. The answer was Lomi-chan.
No, you asked me what's the favorite part of Chile.
I'm in Chile. I'm part of Chile.
Now in Japan.
Part of Chile. Damn. Question number 6. When I met you, I told you that I was vegan. And I told you that with me, no animals. You cannot eat animals if you want something serious. How was that for you? And how did you feel about it? How did you took it and everything?
Well, I told her that when I was in college, I once tried to become vegan. I tried for 3 months or something like that, and I quit, and I failed. But anyways, for me, it's like I don't have the resist about veganism.
You're not against.
Yeah, against it. First thing because I did research about it when I was college, so I know what is this, and I also wanted to try it. So I agree with it. So when you tell me that you're vegan, I think it's pretty cool, and I didn't have any resist that you said, oh, I cannot eat meat or something, because for me, before. When I was not eating animal, I didn't have, how do you say, I don't have too many requests for the food.
It's you didn't suffer because you couldn't eat.
Yeah, I didn't care too much how I eat, how do I eat. As long as it's good, as long as it's tasty, then
yeah,
it doesn't
actually,
matter.
you have told me that you don't understand why people always says quit to everything except for cheese.
Yes, yeah. Actually, I don't even like cheese too much.
Perfect. Just to be clear, because people maybe is gonna think after this video oh, then Asians are so no, damn it.
Japanese, they love to eat. They cannot give up for eating fish and
I think it's something we have talked about, comparing Chinese culture with Japanese culture. It's kind of curious that Chinese people used to understand more what you mean when you speak about veganism. It's they understand that you don't eat animals. A lot of times understand that fish are also animals, and that veganism implies not to drinking milk or cheese or eggs and everything. So it's quite more easy with them to talk about it. Japanese, they don't have the concept in their minds. A lot of them.
Yes. Things religion related.
Yes.
Because in China, much people believes in Buddhism. And in Buddhism, you have a pretty similar thought with veganism.
Yes.
In Buddhism, people believe every animal or moving creature is equal
And deserve respect
from the creation from the God. So you cannot hurt them. So in Buddhism, monks, they don't eat animals, and also they don't eat 500 rules, and they are also not allowed to drink. It's pretty similar. Control your wish.
Yeah.
To control your
it's not about your pleasure.
Yes. To control your greediness.
Yes.
To become the good for the environment. In Japan, it's Shindo. They don't have those kind of stuff. They just believe in this god, that god, this god, and they will if you pray to them, they will. It's hard for them to accept the idea of veganism. It's pretty difficult for them to understand. Yeah. What does it mean?
Question number 7. What is the thing you like about me the most at the beginning and now? Did it change? Is the same? What do you think? Because we have been together almost 1 year.
I think it didn't change. I think the only thing is from the beginning, I thought, oh, she might be this kind of person. which I like. And after this time, it just proves me that I'm right.
So you speak like 30 minutes about like a bunch of stuff, and when someone asks you what did you like about me, you didn't say it. I didn't understand what you like about me.
Because it's a personal question.
We're making a personal interview. That's the point.
I thought this girl is just pretty different because she didn't care if she visits someone's house for the first time. She just sits on the bed with dirty pants, with both of her foot like this on the bed too, with the dirty socks. She didn't even take off the socks. And that's
me sit comfortable around.
yeah, but people usually, she came to my house, like when she arrives. So I went to wash my hand, and she just come directly to the living room. And when I come back from the toilet and I open the door and see her, she just sit on my bed sheet, like with the pants like she wear, of course, from outside. And also she like sits like this, put both of her feet on the bed with her socks on.
Something that just someone that has been living 11 years in Japan would care about.
I don't know, but from that I know that she is a person which don't try to pretend to be cute, to be polite, just be herself around everyone. I think that's pretty cool. Also, when we're talking together, I feel like it's pretty comfortable and easy to talk with her and to spend time with her. So it's not a pressure for me because, as you know, I take energies to talk to people. So if the girl I want to date, I have to use energy to talk to her, then I cannot definitely be with her for a long time. So first necessarily point is that it has to be zero pressure, productive. And there you are. And also, she's pretty funny.
You admit it. I'm the most funny one in this
I
relationship.
said she's pretty funny, not the most funniest. Yes, that's one thing. And of course, you know her, like she's very independent, came to Japan by herself, and she has a strong will of keeping being veganism and also doing her job and also doing her influencer. So I think that's also pretty cool.
Next question.
And also, she has a beautiful eye, which I like.
Next question.
I haven't finished that question.
Okay.
So, but from the beginning, I just thought, yeah, like she's pretty independent, pretty strong, and has a lot of her own thoughts about the world. So it's pretty, I admire those kind of people. And from this long time, we spent time together and just proved me right. I think it didn't change.
Question number 8. What is the thing you like most about Japan and less about Japan?
Ooh, I can talk 1 hour about that.
Short version. If people wants to know more about this, you can leave it in the comments below and we can make a special video about that. So
Maybe, yeah, when we leave Japan, maybe we can talk about that.
the bad thing.
But anyways, okay, from the good part, the one thing I like about Japan is how convenient it is. I mean, the traffic. You can basically go anywhere, any place. You don't need to buy maps. You don't need to buy cars. You don't need to buy anything. You just use with your cell phone, with Google Maps, and IC card for the train. Boom, you can go anywhere in Japan. Like take trains, take subways, buses, of course taxi also, especially in Tokyo.
And the thing the less you like about Japan.
It's about Japan, I think, could be the social rules. There are too many social rules.
Social pressure that for introverted is like.
Yes. I mean, maybe, I think this is depend on person. Because if you don't look like Japanese, if you are a foreigner, you don't feel this kind of pressure because people won't judge you by their own culture because they know you are foreigner.
Foreigner.
Even though you live in Japan, as long as you look like
Asian.
yeah, you look like white or something. People will still think, oh, because he is or she is a foreigner, she doesn't understand anything. Gaijin. But if you are also a Asian, even though you are tourist, people won't notice. Of course, like if you act like you're a tourist, of course people will know. But for example, like me, when I first came here, I wasn't like truly started living here. But still, I'm not acting like a tourist. So people will judge me if I do something wrong or if I look weird. I think that's pretty hard. But now I got used to it, and I know how to act like Japanese. But for those people who want to live in Japan, especially working in Japan, you might feel those kind of social pressure.
Which is like what happens to Emi-chan. She is like kind of living that now because Emi looks a lot like Japanese, not even like a hafu. She really looks like whole Japanese. And when she is in Japan, people assume that she is completely Japanese, and they are really rude to her because sometimes she's like kind of slow speaking Japanese.
Don't believe that all Japanese are kind and polite. They just appear to that. They just be polite to you because you look white.
Let's go with the number 9. Number 9. What do you think is interesting for Asian guys about Latin American girls?
Actually, just for me, just when I from the people around me when I was in college, like Japanese people don't really talk about Latin American people a lot. I mean, if you ask them about foreigners, first they will come up with, of course, European people, or maybe they will come up with other Asia country, Philippines or Thai or Vietnam. I think one point is because not too many Latin American people travel to Japan, so they don't see too many. So I think it's pretty surprising that Japanese people don't have too much image of Latin America. Like if you ask them, for example, what languages does Colombian speak, probably they wouldn't know. Like the other day, I was talking with a agency from the work, and I told her I want to go to Chile in the future, and she asked me, "Oh, by the way, what language do they speak? Portuguese?" No, Spanish. Only Brazilians speak Portuguese. But anyways, I think it's very limited of them know about Latin Americans, and I think the most image they have about Latin American is Mexican because they are like a lot. I mean, they're the most Latin Americans in Japan, or Brazilian. Yes, actually, Brazil and Japan has some kind of good relation. So a lot of Brazilians just came to Japan for work. So yeah, those two kind of people. But I think they believe Latin American people are all beautiful.
Really?
Yes, Latin American girls. If you talk about Brazilian, they say, "Oh, yeah, hot, beautiful. They dress sexy." You know.
Of course. Look at me.
Yeah, definitely super sexy with it in my t-shirt. Anyway, yeah, I think that's how they have the image about Latin Americans. But more, if you ask me about the country, they think it's dangerous. About
Latin America is dangerous.
Yes, Latin American is dangerous. Latin American is dangerous.
Which is real if you compare to Japan.
I mean, for Japanese, half of the earth is dangerous.
Yeah.
But I think they think Latin Americans girls are all hot.
Do you think I'm hot? From 1 to 10,
That's
how
why
much?
I'm solid.
Solid 40. Question number 10. How can a Chilean girl to make an Asian guy to fall in love with her?
Oh. Okay, you want my advices?
Difficulties.
You want my advice? When you go to that guy's house, go directly to the bed and sit on the bed with your dirty socks. Boom, できた。
できた。Boom, dating. Boom, dating.
Actually,
Asian.
no. I mean, this has a reason. I mean, because if you want to date, especially Japanese, because all Japanese are so polite.
Yeah.
Are so careful about how they act. Something related to the social rules stuff. Like they have too many rules when you go to people's houses, when you talk to interact with people, and usually in which cases they don't care about the rule. It's like you're very very close to that person. So if you act normally, or if you ignore those kind of social rules, that means you want to keep close to them. So that makes them think. It's like the same. For example, if a foreigner goes to your country and they just say hi to you, like wave to you, or they just kiss you, hug you, which one do you have a better feeling about them?
Basically, the advice is be yourself.
Yeah, the advice is because also I think Japanese we have those kind of image about Latin Americans is they're very close, like the distance with people. So you just do what you do with people from your country and to Japanese.
And that is not like too much for some of those guys, for example.
I think if that will be too much for that kind of people.
This is not for you.
First, it's not for you. Second, he wouldn't even try to date you. He wouldn't even to try to talk to you or to ask for a date. If he asks you for a date, he knows you are Latin American, then he has the image. He wants that.
So what my boyfriend is saying, and that's why I like this guy, is stop trying to become someone you are not to impress a man, even if it's an Asian guy, because men are men. Anyways.
This conversation goes to, I don't know, like patriarchy or...
So anyways, just be yourself. And the one who falls in love like that, that's the one. That's the one who deserves your love. Something you want to add? No.
No.
Then, this video is going to be like 50 minutes. I will try to cut it till 30. Something you want to add?
If you want to know more about me, leave a comment and maybe we'll make a
second video.
second.
Oh, wait, I have something else. It's not a question, but it's like a request someone did. Okay, baby.
No.
People want you to say, buena perrito.
Buena berito.
Perrito.
Berito.
Perrito.
Berito.
Buena pues perrito.
Buena berito.
And someone also said, blink twice if you need help. You blink 3 times. What does it mean? What does it mean?
I need a lot of help. Help, then help.